What is going on, y'all? This is Josh from Team Super Shoe, and welcome back to another episode of The Shoe Show. We are not talking about off-whites as my boy Scott Brewer wears because he got pressured into it at Spire Motorsports. No, we are talking about the one and only Corey LaJoie and just anything NASCAR related. Super excited for you guys to be here. We have on the car chief for the number 7 Chevrolet, Scott Brewer. He's coming on, and we're going to get to talk to him. He's going to be actually live in Spire Motorsports, so it's pretty cool. I am super pumped that you guys are here. Hope you enjoy it. Let's bring on Scott Brewer. All right, we'll start in 3, 2.
Man, well, I feel honored that y'all asked me to be on the Shoe Show.
Tim Brewer's family has definitely seen a difference in him. But now in his 19th season, one thing has not changed. From his early days with Richard Childress to his present times with Junior Johnson, Brewer has had a fierce desire to win.
The only person I've seen work on this car in the last hour is you and Toles. Do we have anybody else on our team?
Our tire guy just started yesterday.
But that's it?
That's it.
All right, y'all, we are here with the car chief for the number 7 Chevy Camaro out in Spire, broadcasting right out in Spire Motorsports. Scott Brewer. Scott, how are you?
Good.
Good, man. I appreciate you coming to hang out with us and Team Super Shoe. And we are not just fans of Corey LaJoie. We are fans of all aspects of racing and all the different jobs, and the sport is fascinating. So we are fans of you, believe it or not, and we just appreciate you for coming to spend a little bit of time with us. So I was wondering, you started your career in auto racing, and specifically you got into your car chief role. We wanted to know how you got there.
I mean, my dad's on the Hall of Fame ballot. It's the biggest reason I got here.
Yeah.
But I did like most guys. You go to school for engineering, you grow up driving go-karts, you run Legends cars, done everything from tire guy to spotter to interior guy to front-end guy, just worked my way up the ladder. But one of those things that's just hard work and dedication usually gets you there. There's my crew chief from across the shop.
All right. Shout out to Ryan Sparks. Cool, man. So, for the fans that don't know, I know because I am a super geeky fan, but for the fans that don't know, could you explain to everybody what a car chief is? Because we're all used to Ryan Sparks and the crew chief. We know what a crew chief is, but what is a car chief?
I'm the number 2 on the team. Sparks makes all the decisions, and I carry them out. And I mean, it's probably the car chief is what a crew chief would be 10, 15 years ago when crew chiefs scaled their own cars and didn't spend all day in meetings. I run the day-to-day stuff, and then Sparks emails me or hands me a setup sheet, and I'll set the car up and run it through Hawkeye, make all the body adjustments, and try to make sure we don't fail tech twice and get shipped home. So I think I'm 2 for 30 this year, so it's not bad. All
right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I got to run into you a little bit in Daytona, and you guys were hard at work, and I didn't want to be too much of a bother, but I noticed that you did a lot of stuff on pit road. You did some of the pit sign stuff, and wanted to know what your duties were in the actual pit box when the race is going.
Yeah, the pit box, I'm coordinating all the adjustments on the ground, making sure the air pressure changes get made, making sure the pit crew guys know what direction to go with rounds. If we do front rounds and stuff like that, like we're locked into on this car, I actually go over the wall and change tires and do front rounds. And anytime we knock a toe link off of it, which has been about a half dozen times this year, either me or Ryan Towles have to go put another toe link on it. And the Daytona race you were probably at, we actually changed a lower and managed to hit minimum speed and get him back out. But we were 2 laps away from making up eight positions at the July race, and that would have been a pretty big achievement for a road crew. But anything wrong, it's my job to fix it. There's been a couple year we've had steering rack issues that we weren't very proud of. But I mean, again, we beat JGR to whatever problems they were having, because it seems like they're blowing seals out of them now, and we went through that this summer.
Very good. So I did a little bit of research on you, and you went from Morgan McClure to 12 years at RCR, and then several years at Roush. What ended up bringing you to Spire?
I mean, as road guys in the sport, we're all one crew chief change away from unemployment. So crew chiefs got swapped at Roush, and I sought other opportunities.
Nice. And is there a big difference in Spire versus, RCR or Roush? Like, what's it feel like working for Spire versus the other guys?
I mean, it's more of a family atmosphere here, being on a small team. And it keeps you engaged because you have to be good at all facets of the job to be able to be productive at a small team like this. Because, I mean, there's days I'm back welding stuff and milling stuff and working on the lathe, and then days I'm setting up cars and helping with simulator work and engineering stuff. So, I mean, basically use all aspects of what I've learned in 15, 20 years being a road guy.
Cool. And so, aside from the racing stuff, we kind of want to know who Scott Brewer is outside of work. What do you like to do? Are you a family man? Like, what do you do outside of those walls?
Yeah. Fortunately, my wife, her dad was in racing also, so she knew what she was getting into. Her dad traveled his whole career up until he died a couple years ago, and my dad's been a crew chief, so it was amazing. Our families didn't meet until we met in high school. But married to Samantha, have daughter Sloan, 8 years old, in 3rd grade, and we have had 2 dogs until a couple weeks ago, but now we're 1 dog and 3 cats. So it's a zoo at the house. Other than that, I played golf in high school, live on Burkdale Golf Course, so that's probably where I spend most of my spare time when I'm not working on junk cars in my garage.
All right. So
we tinker on everything. We can't slow down. So even when we're at home, we're tinkering on stuff, or I'm building go-karts or putting stuff on the phone to play with.
Awesome. So this year has been different with the next gen, and wanted to know, from what I remember, this is the first year mini that has kind of prohibited you guys from altering parts on the car and making it your own, and they are all the same car, same pieces, and you're pretty much working on setups. Do you feel like that's a step forward? Does that make your job easier or harder?
It makes our job harder to find an advantage because everybody's playing in the same sandbox. Another big penalty came down today. Kevin Harvick got slapped with one, and I mean, these guys really frown upon you modifying single source parts. We've been to the tech center one time this year, and fortunately for us, we didn't get our hands slapped with anything. We didn't really have any issues. But the guys that have the money and can afford to pay the fines are always going to play in the gray areas, and that's not what we're all about. We're here to do the best we can with what we have, and when we finish 15th at the end of the day, we know we gave it all we had. Right. I mean, TJ and the owners here know that they don't expect us to go out and win every week. What they don't want is us to go out and wreck race cars. But
yeah, and the this year has been interesting because again, from what I can remember, I've never seen them strip a win away from somebody for post-race inspection. And I know your job out at the shop is kind of to get the car ready for inspection, to get it there at the track. And wanted to know that whole debacle with the Joe Gibbs Racing having the they ripped the nose off and found the tape or whatever it was. Does that make you guys worry a little bit, or does that take away a little bit of the flair when Corey does go out and win his first race? Are you guys worried about any type of post-race stuff, or is everything still the same with, post-race inspection on our Cup car?
I mean, that's the advantage that we have, is we don't have all the aero information to know what to cheat up. So I have no problem with NASCAR officials pulling a wrap off our car any week.
Yeah. Very good. So my last question for you before you get to go back to work is, what are you drinking? Corey goes and wins the Daytona 500. This is going to be airing in November, so it'll be after this season. So Corey just goes, wins the Daytona 500, and you help build that car. What are we drinking in Victory Lane?
The answer will probably be yes.
All right.
Get our hands on at that point. I've been on we've won everything but the 500 on previous teams I've been on. No, towels. That's still a bucket list item. Even my dad never won the 500. You can tell we're still
towels.
Yeah. Even my dad never won the 500 in his career, so that'd be a family accomplishment for both of us.
That's awesome. Cool, man. Well, Scott, thank you so much for coming to hang out with us. And like I said, it's really cool to get to talk to you guys and just see all the different little aspects. So just appreciate it, man.
No problem. Glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. See you, brother.
Bye.
Scott Brewer, thank you again for coming on to the Shoe Show on Team Super Shoe. We are very grateful for it, and it's super cool to get to know you and just to take a little bit of time away from you. Building right now, you're building the Charlotte Roval car, so pretty cool to talk to you while you're going right back out to work right now. So other than that, guys, thank you again for hanging out with me on the Shoe Show. And if you could like and comment, subscribe, and just thank you guys a lot, man. This is super cool. Hope you guys have another good couple of weeks, and see you on the 27th. God bless.